Right, we're live. I don't know if the sound's any good. I'm going to see if I can get chat up. Hopefully some people will come in a sec to give us a sound level check. But I'm just going to get on with it anyway because I've got 45 minutes to do this, and after the 10 streams we tried to do the other night and the audio was terrible, I just gave up at about 11:30, so I'm going to resume that one. There we go. Right, we've got a iPhone 6, and last time when we connected it to DC power, let's get this in focus for you. Right, let's get this focus on something else. Right, let's see if that's got that in any more focus. Right, there we go. Right, before when we connected it to DC power, I'll just try it again. We had a short to ground, which is probably on the battery line or the main DC main. Let's go over just to show you. See if I can get this camera a little better. Right, let's see if we can get this set up. There we go. Right, wow. Okay, we're not going to leave that on too long. I'll show you now. Let's drop that amps down and let's take that down. We don't want that too high. Again, as soon as we connect power, it's trying to draw 2 amps. And it's trying to draw 2 amps at 1.3 volts, so something's going to get hot. What that tells us is something on the board, probably a capacitor, has gone to ground. So it's sending all of that power to ground, which is not going to let your phone boot. It's going to drain your battery real quick. And it's going to cause no life in the phone. So we're going to quickly try and work out why that's happened. So the first thing we need to do is obviously find out where this short is. So what line is short? Like I said, there's only really 2 options on this one. So we're going to check the VC main. And I'm going to switch this to continuity mode. I'm going to see if we can find a VC main. Okay, there's no VC main on that, I can see. Well, there probably is. Okay, we're going to go here. This is a good old favourite. I don't need to check the schematics. Okay. Loud and clear. Sweet. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to check down here on the multimeter. It would help if we... Right, let's set this to continuity mode. Alright, and what we're going to do is just see if this gives us a beep. Right, so what that means now is this capacitor has actually gone to ground. So it's probably not this capacitor in particular, but one of the capacitors on this line. This line's actually VC main, so what that essentially means is the lifeblood to the whole phone. It's what sends power around the whole board. So I'm going to rush through this. Like I said, I've got to go pick the kids up in an hour. And I'm always late, so not today. We're going to remove some of this. So let's zoom out. That's pretty good. And we're going to see if we can find this and at least narrow it down. So what I'm going to do is take some of this shielding off, and we're going to put power into the board and see what gets hot. And then we're going to see if we can narrow that down to see if we can find a short, and hopefully this is going to be just a simple short. We should have a new website coming up soon, ukmicrosoldering.com, where you can go to our sister site, which is iFix Local, for general repair. Alright, so we're going to take these 2 mechanical shieldings off here, but first I'm going to remove anything that can get melted. Okie. So I don't know why chat. Let me see if I can get chat up on the screen here. Restream. Right. I fix all chat. Why are you not coming up? Okay, connect. I'm just going to see if I can get chat to come up on the main window here through Facebook as well. What's up? Yeah, that's because that's the microscope, Dad. Well, you're only meant to see it when I zoom in and point stuff out. You have to put it onto big screen. All right, I'm gonna go anyway. All right, cheers, Dad. Bye. Oh man. Right, let's see if we can get all chats up. Right, let's go back to that. Sorry about that. I've got key changes set up. Okay. Right, I'm just going to whiz through this. It's saying restreams come up. Don't know if it's going to come up. Right, let me just get Facebook up here. Hey. Right, first things first, what we're going to do is take the shieldings off. I don't know why Facebook's not connecting. Just change that. Right, it would help if I tried to take this off at the right temperature, wouldn't it? There we go. That's one off. I don't want to keep the heat on these too long. I think we're going to go. Once you take the shieldings off, we're going to see if there's any visible damage. See if anything's exploded. Shaky, shaky. Let's transfer in the heat way too much. Let's try a different pair of tweezers here. Right, I'm going to do this over here so I can do it on the edge of the table and get my fingers away from it. It's difficult to try and get this on camera and find a good angle for me to get this to come off. The trick is to try and not melt any of the plastic that we've got around here, so right, we've got those off now. Right, I'm going to let that cool down. Right, people in the chat. Okay, so still nothing's coming up on screen. I'm going to sort that out another day. I know I've got YouTube coming through, so right. Get these bits out of the way and see if we can see anything that's blown up. Okay. Okey-dokey. Right. This board hasn't had any water damage, so we're not going to see any signs of water damage around any of these components. So what we're looking for is signs of a fire. And looking at it, it doesn't look like there's anything on there that I can see that's out of the ordinary. Don't know how crystal clear that is. I'm going to see if I can get this a bit better. I mean, the camera we've got is very good, but the feed I've got going out isn't. I try to get a capture card to get a really good feed coming out of the camera, but it doesn't support 1080. Okay. Okay, so there's no focal damage here. I mean, this dude here, he looks like a bit of a suspect. See, he's got dull connection around there. But other than that, it's a pretty nice looking board. Now the persons whose phone this is just said they were using it and it just stopped. So that's all we've got to go for. Right, now this has cooled down, I'm going to see if I can try and find out where this short is. I need it to be a bit cooler than that. Right, let's see if we can... What we're going to do is stick some power into the board. Has my camera gone off? Nice, top camera's gone. Okay, let me see if I can sort that out. Logitech. Right, I'm sorry about that. I don't know why that camera stopped working then. Is this one working? Yeah, that one's working. Sweet. Right, I think that's good enough. I'm going to stick some power through this and I'm going to use my face. That precision tool.
We've spoken to them, we've ordered another one, so now that's sent out. We've ordered another one, we don't know if they haven't seen confirmation if they sent it out or not.
Right. So you can see here, where are we? There. You can see that we've got a 2 amp draw. Right. So what I'm going to do, let's see if I can feel where this is getting hot. And then we're going to use freeze spray to see if we can narrow it down. Okay, it's not going to work because I haven't taken that off. Okay, let's see if we can... We're going to inject voltage at the top here, I think. What I'm going to do is I'm going to knock this cap off at the top. Where are my leads? Right, this little cap will do at the top. Just going to put a bit of flux on that. Right. Which way should we go? Okay, let's go up this way. What I'm going to do is just take this leg of a capacitor here. In fact, no, it's far too big. Right, where's my leads? Really can't be asked to make some more. Fine. Nothing you can help me with, mate? Test leads. Thanks anyway.
There's a pair of self-made ones on the other side.
No, you're alright. Right, we're just going to have to make some more. We've got time to look for those. Let's see what size these are now. Right, turn this up. I have no idea what that was. Something's just stacked it in the background. Just want to make sure that's attached to this capacitor. Right, let's find out quickly what side in fact is positive on that one. So XW. Right, where are we? Don't know if ZXW. Well, I'll just have to run you through it. It's not going to take long. What we use is a program called ZXW. Just tells us what's on the board. And I'm just going to just quickly zoom in to find out which feet is ground. Okay. We're going to go on that first joint, I think. Right. I think that's a good enough connection. Just make sure that's not touching anything. Right, that's sitting up enough. Yeah, that'll do. Get this aerial off. Okay, let's try this one again. Yeah, before I was putting it through the battery terminal. There's actually a chip that will just take most of the heat and it won't actually narrow it down. Usually we take that off and bridge it, or we have to solder on from another part of the board. So let's get more squid out. I'll just find a place for. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this on camera as well, so I'm going to just try and do it on that top camera. I don't know how robust that connection up here is. Okay. What's going on? That's these leads. Yeah, leads are working. Let's try a different ground source. Okay, I haven't got a good enough connection on that one. Let's go back and have a look. Look pretty good to me, bro. Make sure that is positive. Yeah, ground on that side. Ah, 22, brilliant. I believe that's Sod's law. What I'll do is if I don't get this done in time, I will come back to this. We're just trying to get the first couple of live streams up and get them running smoothly. Stay on there, you fucker. Yep, seems good. Right, let's try this again. Okay, let's try a different approach, seeing as I haven't got time. Where are my tweezers? Well, wishful thinking I could do this quickly. Yeah, I'm just going to check. Let's use the back of my hand, I think. There we go. Come on. Okay. I'm just going to use the back of my finger. It's not going to be the best. Really, you need to use something that's sensitive. So down here is pretty cold. The issue is trying to connect this now. I've got VC main on this side of the board now. Let's have a look. Okay, UVC main. UVC main. Okay. Let's go on this tiny dude here. Okay. Right, we're going to turn this down. I'm going to turn the amps right up and see what gets hot. 1.5 volts. That's definitely going to be enough. Because once we do that, I can narrow it down with the freeze fade, because I don't want to really be freezing this board too much. Okay, I can't feel anything, so let's turn the amps up. Let's go for 2 volts. Something should be getting hot. The problem is, if they're really tiny components, you're not going to feel the heat. That's why your face is probably the best. Okay, let's go too far. Okay, this side of the board is, well, there is a hot spot there. Could be on the other side though. Okay, it's definitely worth a look up here. Oh, okay. There's a candidate there. And that could just be what are you? Let's have a look. I'm going to get this set up so you can see ZXW. I just haven't got time today. Okay, IU VC main. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's much VC main around there. So what is getting hot? Let's see if I can find a better point to attach VC main to. Let's have a look under here. Okay, so let's clear that. I'm going to see if I can attach here, because take this off here. What we're going to do, just going to see if we can pop this dude off. Got quite a lot of underfill. There he goes. Come on, mate. Do me a favour, go away. There we are. Right, let's check if you are our dude just before I start all of this. Nope, you are not our dude. I'm going to put you over there for later. Right now I've got a bit of a bigger pad. Let's tin you up and see if I can get that wire back on there again. Okey-dokey. So I've normally got a wire that we attach on here, but I've moved the desk around so I can get some camera footage in here. Most of the stuff I normally use isn't where I put it. That's a fairly decent joint. Oh, there you are, you little fucker. Excuse my language. Right, I've narrowed it down to which part of the board, and funnily enough, I think I might have actually attached the probes to that side, so I'm just going to roughly look what's in that area so I can see what dudes are there. And you never know, I might actually find this before the 8 minutes. Stranger things have happened. Okay, we've got quite a few culprits around there, and it looks like baseband PMUs around there as well, so let's do something interesting. Let's see if we can see exactly which cap is trying to troll us. I could get chat back up so I can see. Chat looks rocking. Loads of people chatting. Alright. So, I want to stick this under the camera here. And I think, if I remember correctly, in this area around here, something nearly burnt my lip off. So, see if we can see which is a likely culprit. See if we can take a guess to which one of these dudes here is a wire. Now, funnily enough, I'm going to stick with what I said originally, and I'm going to say this dude here looks suspect. But what do I know? Right, let's freeze it up. What are we going to use? What I'm going to do here, I'm going to have a bit of my coffee, and we're going to freeze this board here, and then we're going to stick some current through it and see if we can see which one is causing us pain. And then I'm going to be out of here. Okay. Say what? Right. Come on, Squid. Work with me. Work with me, mate. I need to find some ground to attach to. Just make sure. And you're not going to play ball, are you? Okay, let's disconnect that for now. Let's try that again, get it in focus for you so you can see exactly what happens. It looks wet, this board does, but this is specialised exactly for this job. The issue is you don't want to be doing this too much, so... Oh. Hello. Right, now if you blinked, you missed that. That dude there is our culprit. I'm going to do that once more just for anybody who is actually watching, who is mildly interested in this. I mean, we do this for data recovery and all sorts. So if you've got important pictures on your phone and you've been to a repair shop and they've said, no, it's got a board problem or it's dead, and you want photos of, you know, whatever that you want to get off, we can do this to get your board working to a workable state so we can actually get data off it. In some cases, we can return them as working phones. Like this one, probably going to be okay to return as a working phone. So you want to keep an eye on the middle of the screen, that dude. So what we need to do is remove him. We're not going to use hot air or anything like that. I'm going to wait till this board defrosts. And we're just going to try and knock him off, and then we're going to see if the phone boots. I've got 5 minutes to do all that, so... Come on. Right, let's move some of these. While we're doing it, let's remove that, because I'm pretty positive that that is our culprit. And I'm pretty positive we're not going to have a short on VC main anymore, so move you over to there. Try and warm this board up a little bit. Oh no, which one was it? Okay. Now, funnily enough, when I did a visual examination of this board, this was the only one that jumped out at me. And it almost seems staged, because that's the first time that's ever happened. But now... you can see this one's coming off a lot easier than the one next to it. That's because I think if you look now, you'll be able to kind of see where it's turned into a wire. See the big crack down here after we've taken the glass casing off? That's because this dude's a wire now. Right. Okay, let's see if we've got a short still on VC main. I will have to check that top bit. Let's come back up here. Oh, that looks pretty good. Oh. Beep. No beep. Job done. Nice and easy, but let's quickly get a test screen and see if we get a Apple logo. Because after all, that is why we're here. See if we can get right. Get out of my way, dude. get the 6. We're going to use all test parts because I don't know whether this customer's phone that was actually caused by one of their parts. So these are all known good parts to me. And there you go. We just connected the power straight away. We see that we are not getting a 5 amp draw. Oh, should I connect the power? Now we don't get a 5 amp draw. Now we're going to just... I had this phone here for a couple of days because I kind of knew after seeing that signature when I plugged it in that this is probably what's going to happen. And I thought it'd make a really good live stream. And obviously we get to use the free spray, which is always good. And what's that there? What's that there? Let there be an Apple logo. Okay, what time are we on? Look at that, 1 minute to go. I'm going to actually cover that up because I don't want you to see the person's sensitive data. We are pulling 1.1 amps at 3.7 volts, which is pretty good. It's just dropped down to 6. That's probably on the loading screen. No, it's doing the... It's doing the reboot that they've just brought in with iOS 11, which is... And we have a working phone with touch, and that is me out of here. So, if you've got any phones that you've taken to a repair shop and they've gone, no, logic board's dead, can't get it to work, you know, give us a call, drop us a line, go to ukmicrosoldering.com. We can answer any questions there. At the moment, that's just a holding site, but you can get hold of us through the Facebook link. You can ask me personally, and we can do you up a quote. You can send it in to us. You know, this is an easy fix that we do here. This is, you know, as far as like the board repair that we normally do here, IC replacement and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing loads more videos of sort of signature faults like this, but I just wanted to show you some of the stuff that we do here on a daily basis. We're going to disconnect this. This can go back into the general repair now, and we'll give the customer a call and tell them that we've saved the phone. What I'll probably do is see if I've got a replacement cap on there. We'll put a cap back on, we'll put all the boards back on and see if it functions as a normal phone. If it does, they can have their data and they can have a working phone back. So I'm going to leave this live stream now as it is. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.